guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see, it's a different location. I am in New York City, back in my apartment in the Bronx, the big BX. But anywho, let's get into this video about talking about it's okay to reset your life. You want to manifest and, you know, change your environment, and just also enforcing discipline, right? So for me personally, I did move to Miami with about like I think like it was like 10K in my account or whatever. But anyways, I am back in New York City. I am 23 now, and I will say that Miami was a crazy journey. Honestly, for the past like 2 years I did grow mentally and physically, so that is something that I am grateful for. But also, you know, looking back on reflecting of like my choices there, and just seeing like how I can grow into my career better, because I did also find my passion there going to University of Miami. And right now I'm in New York City, and it's just like it's really testing me. The devils is testing me, because whew, it is a lot in New York City. I mean, when I tell you guys, it's like Gotham outside. Literally, I wake up and it's like white. It's like pitch white outside. Like, I would think I'm in the heavens or something. Like, there is no type of sun or anything. I haven't seen the sun in like 4 days. I could be exaggerating. But anyways, it's just, you know, it's a lot of things that you have to have strong mindset for, honestly. I mean, Miami was like a definitely like, you know, another mindset to have, but New York is just different. Like, when I tell y'all, it's like the weather's testing you, the people, because they are very rude here. Like, when I tell you, even customer service is rude here. Like, you gotta be careful how you talk to people. And like the violence here, like people getting shot left and right, people getting stabbed. Like, what is going on in New York City? I don't know. All I know is that there's a whole bunch of billionaires. Billionaires? There's billionaires here, and I'm trying to be one of them. So let's get into the social media stuff. So if you guys want to break into a new career, I definitely recommend social media, because it is growing. It will continue to grow within the next years. I promise you that. And it's just something that it's a good skill to have, honestly, because right now it's like high in demand, and people are like paying like managers and people that want to make videos and do all this stuff, and it's a really good like skill set and job to have. And honestly, like mindset wise, I would just have really good goals and boundaries, especially if you're like in a different environment, or you're just like, you know, you don't know what to do, or you're just confused about life. Like, all you want to do is bed rot all day because it's freaking snowing outside, and you're just like, I don't want to do anything. But that's not the mentality we're having today. We are going to be productive. That means going on LinkedIn every day in the morning, because that's when recruiters check emails and also applications of when they want to hire people. So we are updating our LinkedIn. That is one thing we are going to do and reset for our life. So do that right now. Make sure to add that to your Notion, your to-do list. Update your LinkedIn, because that is something that recruiters are checking. If they're Googling you, or if they're like looking at the link that you copy to put on your application, because most of them do have like links for that. Like, they want to check your LinkedIn and what you're doing, how you're active in the community, what schools you've been to, or like what are you like trying to like be productive and be like what value you are going to be for yourself, and like help others in that team or community to be even better. So that's something that I would like consider of thinking about and changing on your LinkedIn. Also, you know, be very authentically yourself. That is something that content creators need to be more of, I think, because it's very like, how would I say this? I feel like once influencers get about like 100K, or like maybe like 1 million followers, it just like gets in their head, and they're just like, don't talk to me. Like, do you know who I am? Like, they're very like who are you? Like, trust me, I've seen this in like influencer events in Miami, like, and it's in Miami, so I've seen a couple of that in my share. But yeah, and also how like brands, like if they do work that with that influencer, like it changes them. Like, they'll be like, do you know who I am? I work with like I don't know, let's say Paula's Choice, like I was like in their commercial or something. So it's something, and then like that just like does really bad for their engagement, honestly. And that's why most brands right now are just reaching out to small influencers, because they're more likely to engage with the audience, like liking their comments, replying to the comments. They are, what else are they doing? They're being more active on their stories. They're just like really connecting to like polls, like they'll answer the poll questions that you put on your stories. But being like really authentic is one of the other key factors if you do want to start social media, or just be like getting like positive energy too, because like in New York, I feel like that's really lacked upon, and some people are just very like, you know, rare in the city to have like that energy, because you are what you attract. So that is one thing to be very mindful about when you do reset your environment. Thirdly, I would say this is the top thing to keep noted, is having discipline for yourself and just having like a healthy mindset slash body, because you don't know what holds for you in the future. Like, who knows? Let's say, for example, like, oh, you're a fitness creator and you're just like posting your workouts in the gym, and you somehow tag Gymshark in your video, and then they like contact you like a few months later and be like, oh, we seen your video, we want to like collab with you. And you're just like, oh, like I can't do it because like my body is not like like, you know, like toned up, or like you're just like in this sad mood because like something happened with like your friend group or something. This is all hypothetical, but I'm just saying like you never know what's gonna happen in the future with like these brands, or just people that you know out of nowhere. Like you meet Sally yesterday and she's like, oh, I want you to model for us, and then oh, you can't do it because you weren't in that right mindset or discipline at all. So that's like something you really need to have locked in, and just a regimen, like a routine even, is something very important to have if you even work in the social media industry, because content creation and burnout is like, the burnout thing is like so real. Like I kid you not, like I've been doing this for like less than a year, and it's just like I do get discouraged sometimes, or like I feel like I don't know what to talk about, but I don't let that, you know, be the roadblock of everything. Like everyone has like their own journey and on their own pace, and you just learn and pick up good habits. Small habits go a long way in the future. So that is something that you guys really need to consider, of having like a good routine. Like it can be, for example, my routine is when I wake up, I try to wake up really early, but in New York, it's just been taking me a couple minutes. But I've been sleeping a lot. That is one thing, because it gets really dark. But anyways, so I would generally like do my morning stretch, like a 5 minute morning stretch, and then I would journal. So it would just, I'll pick one prompt out of a website, and I would just journal that one page, and that would just really open up a lot of thoughts and really help me focus on what goals I want to do in the future. Because you know, we're not easily reminded of like what's our purpose, or like why are we doing this. Like we can get really discouraged of like, oh, I don't want to do this today because, you know, it's just not getting me anywhere, or I'm not getting any good leads. But honestly, like, you know, you have to show up for yourself, and small steps getting there just really helps in the long run. So I really think that is a really good, like having a really good routine, honestly, is such a big deal for anybody. Also, like I would say working out at least like 6 days out of the week, five. You can start like what, 32 days out of the week. Start small and then work your way up, and then you would like have more energy to do more things. And honestly, I feel like everybody should be working out at least like 4 or more times like during the week. Like it could be cardio, it could be ab workouts, it could be yoga, it could be, what else? There's like a lot of workout things to do, even swimming, cycling, like weights, Pilates. There's an endless routine of like, there's an endless amounts of workouts that you guys can do, even home workouts. Like I do home workouts, especially now that I'm in New York City and it's freezing cold outside and I don't want to step foot outside unless it's for like a networking event, or like something that gives me value, like benefits me in the end. So you get the gist. If you've lived in New York City, you would know what I'm talking about. But another thing, what is this, the fourth one? So the fourth one, right? Do not hang out with the wrong crowd. Or in general, like with anything that has to do with like alcohol or just like setting you back, like clubs and all that stuff. But yeah, don't be hanging out with people that are not gonna give you value or information, or like, this may seem selfish, but like, don't hang around with people that are not gonna benefit you in the end, or just have like, yeah, like bad goals for themselves. Like, don't be around that energy, because honestly, like, who you hang around with, it like determines like the type of person you are and what like value you are, honestly. Because it's just not cute to be hanging around with that one friend that does, I don't know, some type of drug all the time, or like, you know, that one friend that's like always hitting you up and be like, girl, where you at? We in the club. Like, we gotta, Drake is over here or something. Like, don't let that distract you, because the club is always gonna be there. Like, I think so. Maybe, possibly. But the club is always gonna be there. I'm saying this in perspective because a lot of clubs, I've been hearing a lot of people like not wanting to go to clubs anymore, and like they're in my age group in Miami. So it's kind of like, it's kind of interesting seeing the shift of like club life and the transition to like wellness clubs. But I do believe like wellness clubs are going to be the next big trend. Like, it's going to be the top thing like people are going to want to go to. Like, it's going to be like, oh, let's go to like yoga and then chill and dance in the park or something. It's like the wellness events, whatever. You would know if you've been to some in like Miami or New York. But they're very fun, honestly. Like, I love going to them. I've been invited to some in the past in Miami, but they're definitely on the rise as like another trend that's gonna be in social media. Anyhow, back to what I was saying. So like, don't be hanging around with like the wrong people, or just like doing stupid stuff that's gonna hold you back, and it's gonna get you hung over, and then you're gonna be in your bed, and then you're not wanting to do your routine or answer that one important timely email that was sent to you because you were throwing up in the bathroom because you were hungover. Like, literally, emails hold so much value. I'm gonna check mine after this too, because I got like 30 emails in here. But if you have more than 100 emails in your email inbox that you haven't checked, I feel very concerned for you, because who knows, you may have like an offer there to do a influencer collab, or like there was money given to you and you haven't used it in the 48 hours, or there was a link that you had to check because it gave you commission or like a gift certificate for something. Like, literally, there's like these little things that honestly can trip you up and like just mess up the whole like timeline trajectory for you. Like, it can just mess up so many things. And I know this because I've experienced this. Like, I've gotten emails where I missed opportunities of going to places because I was like out at night, or like I was at like a friend's house or something. Like, honestly, I'm letting you guys know, I'm giving you guys free game. Like, honestly, just be on your P's and Q's and you will be good. Like, you won't be stressed out. I'm telling you right now. My last tip, right? This is something that I've learned too from other friends, but also like picking up watching from YouTube videos, is investing in the right things. What I mean by this is, like, if you want to set yourself up for success, right? Like, for example, you want to start a podcast that you've been really wanting to start, like, even like you had ideas written out. Like, for example, like you want to start that podcast that you've been really dying to do. Like, you set out like different ideas for this. Like, you've created like a 3-month like content schedule planner for this. You have the name, you have the logo, you have the brand colors, you have the brand font, you have the like studio setup if you are like having like a video podcast, and you're just like, you know what to do about it. Like, you know, like the whole like marketing scheme, you know what platforms you're gonna post, you know what niche it is, like who your audience is, you have like your own social media audit for this, and you're like ready to start, but you don't have like the right equipment, right? So like, let's say you're like using, for example, like these mics, right? these mics are pretty cheap. I mean, depending on the brand, like you can talk to it and then you can get like some like a clear voice audio, but it sounds very echoey, or you're just like, it's not giving like that type of equipment that you need for a podcast. Or it shouldn't even be like one of these little things. It should be like literally like a big mic that you have like just like hovering and you can like talk within it. But like honestly, if you're wanting to start a podcast, for me personally, I would invest in that mic. Like I would buy the 100, like if you don't have enough money, you can always put it on a credit card, or just like really think about it and then buy it. Like if you really think it's a good investment, you have to buy it. Like that mic could give you like 100 brand deals down the line that you didn't know, just because of the quality of the sound, or like how it looks. Like if you want to buy a new camera because like it's not giving like that look or that like real like content feel, like, but then you upload that content and it's giving like 1,000 engagement impressions, and like it's just so good down the line. But yeah, I definitely recommend getting like studio equipment, or just something that's very gonna be like something that's very like investful in the end, because honestly it's like worth it. And you don't want to be doing content for it to look shitty, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to do that. Like that's just like a waste of time, and it just like it pushes your value to the end. And I also feel like it doesn't get pushed out like in the algorithm as much, because there's a lot of people with good equipment and they like put out this weird content and it still gets engagement because it's good quality, or like it's just these little things that you have to like take into like consideration if you're thinking of really getting into like new projects, or just better like skill sets to have. Like I even bought recently Procreate because I was like, oh, I need to like write on my iPad, but like Canva wasn't giving, because like it doesn't really like let you like draw on it like Procreate does. So I bought Procreate, and also Final Cut Pro. So those are like some of the things I recently bought for content creation. Sorry, it's getting a little hot. It's the heat. The heat and the radiator is, pumping. It's working overtime. But yeah, like I would really think about like putting into good investment in what you want to do in the long run, because it really shows like what type of person you are, what type of content you really want to put out for your audience to see it. And your audience does like see and care and appreciate how like the quality looks for them, because at the end of the day they're gonna see it, and like they're either gonna swipe or stay on it, and then increases your watch time for anything, honestly, especially for YouTube. If you're really making videos for YouTube, I would definitely recommend getting the what was the camera I saw? It was a DJI Osmo 3 one. That one has really good quality. Right now I'm using the Sony ZV-1F, but I had to play with the settings to help it look clearer and more like focused. But that's something you can learn on YouTube all the time. But I plan to get the DJI because I just love how it looks and the wide angle. But yeah, like just be very smart with your decisions and it will just follow through in the long run. But yeah, those are some of the 5 tips I've had for resetting your life and how you like shape your environment to be the most like productive and having like the greatest potential for yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's you're the one who's starting this journey for yourself and wanting to be successful for yourself, because it's only you, baby, at the top of the mountain. Anyways, that's the end of this video. I have to go upload it and edit it because I'm a little behind on my schedule, because I was adjusting to New York City life and the Gotham atmosphere here. But anyways, I'll see you guys later. Make sure to follow me, Jen on the Scene, on all social media platforms, and I'll talk to you guys later. And let me know in the comments what you guys think of this video or other suggestions for the next video. And I like and comment on every comment that you guys put down here, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.